Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about probably the most self-aware episode we have gotten, I didn't expect this, there's no way this was happening, what I did this. I was half right with something, but I didn't expect it to go this way. Such a fun episode, but a lot of references, fourth wall breaking, and meta commentary, kind of like what came in first, like the chicken and egg paradox there, in a way, with what came in first, the manga or the anime here. Like really fun episode here. But anyway, let's get into it and talk about it. Now, picks up from last week. The pacing is not as good overall in general, but still really fun episode. We have was correct, the book that Juice put out, the one that foretells the future, is in fact the manga that Fuko was reading at the beginning of the story, and I really like the connection between it and everything that happened this episode, honestly, because it seems like that manga has some of the events that we experience in the anime, the story, the characters, the space invasion, some of the other things, but also the reaction to the other characters. Top didn't know what the manga was. Fuko and Tatiana were the biggest fan. I really like how much Fuko and Tatiana are bonding, spending time together, being friends, helping each other, enjoying the same things. It's great for both of them. They really need a friend around the same age, and being girls is great. Them not having that in their life or their own circumstances. Tatiana with her power, Fuko with her power, also kind of ruined that childhood aspect, and having friends with this is very wholesome between the two of them. But back to the manga, apparently there's this G-liner artifact. Objects drawn by it or are not affected by new rules. So that's gonna be interesting, because if the manuscript is in Japanese, it wasn't affected by the rule of everything is in English right now. Now, the author is Ano Un. Ano, the reference there, another one. But here we have probably the biggest giga brain idea ever from Andy. How do they get to the author? How do they find out what exactly is happening? How can they use this book? Let's just write ourselves a manga, create a manga ourselves, and send it to the publisher, and then go from there. I like it. I didn't expect this, but I really like, how hard can it be to write a good manga, right? It's very easy. It doesn't take much. Just scribble things on paper, right? I'm joking, by the way. It's very hard to write a manga, be creative, draw, storyboard, everything, frame ups. It's a lot of work to create a manga. Like, what we're enjoying, be it manga and anime, takes a lot of work here. So Fuko has to become a mangaka here, but thankfully Andy has some experience. I really like how he said he had the experience from the Tezuka age. Tezuka, the creator of Astro Boy. Like, there's a lot of real life references here, and Andy can do a lot of the work, but he needs a foundation, like the creative part, like the story, the beginning of it. Here, this is where Fuko comes in, and I really like how Fuko, like I said, Fuko and Tatiana helping each other, they understanding each other more, and I really like how she made that comment. By doing this, she's gonna be able to understand herself better, writing, putting her feelings, emotion into words. This is a fairly helpful process. That's why some people keep journals and things like that. Finding a way to express yourself is very helpful, but also helping with Tatiana and being able to control her powers more to also help Andy. Like, she didn't say, I'm doing this to also help Andy, but was a bit implied there, and kind of I felt maybe a bit of sadness in Andy how he made that comment. Yes, this is good. I don't know, kind of makes me think, if they actually do succeed, that would be sad for Andy to die, but if that's what he wants, in fact, I don't know, we have a lot of things to worry about, the plot, the god, the rules, the worlds, but I really like the dynamic between the characters. Andy and Fuko, they're such great characters here, and I love them so much. But back to the main story of this episode. All of the references here, they start bringing in energy Dead Bull instead of Red Bull, and she actually creates something, and Andy likes it. Now the story is how she met Andy. It's focused on them, like the beginning of the anime, like we had it here, but put into the manga, inside the manga, about in an anime. Don't overthink it, your brain is gonna explode, but it's really nice. There, a lot of them come in and help Mui, Miko, not Shen. You go work out on your muscles. Andy sent him away. And she gets the brainwave robot arms that also Tatiana is using. She helps Fuko train with them, so she's able to use them, and he only gives her 1 hour, and they get work, like a lot of work. They're just, I think a lot of people underestimate how much work a manga takes and an anime takes here, and even more considering current situations with work, with gaming, a lot of people being let off. Mappa also, what's happening with them here, and how much it goes into something like this, which we kind of take for granted a lot of the time. But here it seems like apparently the manga that Fuko was reading, You Me, had some plot holes or some things missing. It didn't have the Billy betrayal, there's some gaps, but why were those parts left out? That's the question here. That's why they want to get to the author. But after a lot of work are a lot of funny moments. Seeing Joe's rolled up sleeves working on it. Fuko freezing, seeing how good she was. I really like this episode. They finally create the manga Undead Unluck, again chicken and egg paradox. They decide to go to Suecia. I didn't expect to see them using actual Suecia there as the publisher, and Fuko goes in alone, like presenting her work. Maybe she gets recognition, getting a publisher, getting the foot in the door, so to say. She created Undead plus Unluck, or Undead Unluck. The plus is silent, talking to a staff member that I really kind of like. The staff member, I can't remember her name right now. And how long did this take you? I can say a day, I can a week. That's a lot. A lot. I mean, it's very short for how much they created there. She likes it. She points in some flaws. This is this, and so on. Andy did some of the good parts, but it also has this old age feel to it. But it has a certain charm, which is very, very true to it. And she likes the hero, the zombie boyfriend, and I like the comment there from Fuko. Yeah, if he was real, I would probably fall for him, which I think she kind of already did. Let's be honest, there, Fuko and Andy, I think they're great together. But I really like this 4th, 5th, 11th, how many walls do you want to break here? It was first a manga, then it became an anime, then the manga had a story arc about creating itself, becoming itself again. But I'm watching the anime that was first a manga that has a story arc now about a manga being made that was created in an it's very funny if you think about it, but yeah. Here then we have Fuko asking about the main reason they're there, the You Me manga with the future, and the staff is willing to show her the manuscript, and is in fact in Japanese, so you can't understand it there. And she confirms there were some rejected stories, and she was also a fan. They kind of got bonded into it together there. 3 stories were rejected: Betrayal, the 4 Kings, there, but the main one is also Ando's past, so that's very important there. So they have a priority now: get to the author as fast as possible. And the staff girl decides to call him. Hey, your manuscript is in a different language. What happened? Somebody replaced it. What's here? And she invites him to be a judge, the contest that also Fuko introduced her manga, entered her manga in there. And probably the funniest scene, one of the funniest scene at least in the episode. Andy, when he heard that over the comms, jumps in her face. When Fuko asked, "Can I talk to him?" Intimidates her to let Fuko talk to the author, even though the author had this reputation of never talking, nobody heard their voice, very reclusive. But Fuko says, "Would you like to read my manga?" Actually gets a reply. "Is it any good?" Now the author seems to be a girl, we don't fully see her face, but by the voice and a bit of what we see there, and she agrees. They set up a meeting and says, "Both of you need to come." So there's a lot more to this author, probably knows a lot. I'm very curious, but after this episode, this was such a fun episode. I know, I'm really liking the world of Undead Unluck a lot. I don't know where it's going to go right now. I have so many, the gods, Billy, the rules, the loop that was revealed last week. Right now, what exactly is this manga? How does it work? Future, it's outside of the rules. How can the author also know? Like, I have a ton of questions, but I'm enjoying it so much. The characters are great, all of them. But the main flaw that it has right now is honestly the pacing. Like, I don't know what's happening with the pacing. Maybe they want to end the anime on a certain point. That's why they're slowing down things, dragging some things there. I don't know, but I really hope we're going to get also season 2. We're going to talk more about that when we get to the last episode. But overall, this was one of the funniest episodes we have gotten from Undead Unluck, and very meta, so to say. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. What was your favorite scene? And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Undead Plus. Oh wait, the plus is silent. Undead Unluck. Until next time, bye bye.